Welcome to Schmindian. I'm your host Paul Singh, and this is Indian Food Demystified, aka Indian Food for Schmucks. So I was wandering through my local library looking at all the cookbooks, searching for Indian recipes, as I do. And I found this book called the Hemingway Cookbook. Fun fact, I have an English degree. I'm an English major. I absolutely love English literature, and specifically I do love Hemingway. I haven't read all his stuff, but I've read most of his stuff. In fact, before I started Schmindian, I was debating whether to start an Instagram channel dedicated strictly to toast. I was going to make different variations of toast, and I was going to call it The Toast Also Rises, after Hemingway's book, The Sun Also Rises. And I was going to turn each toast recipe into sort of like a Hemingway-esque short story. Yeah, that almost happened. But I figured it was like a little too hipstery, a little too intellectual, so I started Schmindian instead. And I think I made the right choice, because I don't know what the Venn diagram looks like for people who are Hemingway fans and fans of toast. So I think I did the right thing. Maybe I'll still do it, who knows. But I was very happy when I looked through the book and found that there's a recipe for mango chutney. It turns out that when Hemingway was living in Cuba with his fourth wife, Mary Walsh, man was a player, Mary would use mangoes all the time in her cooking. She really loved mangoes. Apparently Hemingway liked mangoes too. And she liked them so much that she would actually preserve them as a chutney so that they could have mangoes during the off-season when mangoes weren't being sold. And according to the book, this is the actual recipe that Mary Welsh served to Ernest Hemingway while they were married together. He married Mary. So I'm going to show you how to make the chutney, and then I'm going to have my dad try it and tell me what he thinks. And he always tells me the truth. But before I do that, I've got a little bit of a Hemingway quote here, which I think is apropos. I have discovered that there is a romance in food when romance has disappeared from everywhere else. And as long as my digestion holds out, I will follow romance. That's why the man's a legend. Anyway, without further ado, here's our very romantic Ernest Hemingway mango chutney.
And here's our wonderful ingredients. 2 large underripe mangoes, 3/4 of a cup of white vinegar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 medium onion, 1 clove of garlic, half a cup of raisins, half a cup of crystallized ginger, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and all of these spices. Okay, let's get going. Start by dicing the onion. Now add the olive oil to a saucepan on medium heat. Then add the onion to the pan. Dice the garlic and add that too. While that's cooking, we have to dice the mangoes, which can be tricky because they have a giant pit in the middle of them. The best thing to do is start cutting from the top, and as soon as you feel the pit, follow it with your knife all the way down. Then grab the pieces and cut a grid into the meat, but don't pierce the skin, and pop them out like this and cut the squares out of the skin. Dice them up even more, and don't forget to stir the aromatics in the pan. Now add mango number 1 to the pan, and then do the same for mango number 2. You can dump the vinegar in at this point. Stir that up and add the raisins. Now dice up the crystallized ginger. You may have to do this in batches like me. Add the ginger and add the brown sugar. And thoroughly mix all this together. Bring it to a boil and grind up half a teaspoon of cloves and add that to the pan. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of curry powder, and a pinch of black pepper. This is completely optional, but I added a splash of spiced rum and 1 cashew for good luck. Now add half a cup of water, mix everything together, and simmer for 30 to 45 minutes or until thickened. There's enough to fit in 1 big mason jar or 2 small ones. I chose 2 small ones, 1 for Ernest and 1 for Mary. You can eat this with almost anything, not just Indian food. Now let's see what my dad thinks.
Dad.
Yes, Paul.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Do you know who Ernest Hemingway is?
Hemingway, I heard the name, yes.
Have you read any Ernest Hemingway books?
Unfortunately, no.
No. He was a Nobel Prize winning author.
Yeah, I know. She was very famous.
No, it's a man, Dad.
Oh, man, sorry. Yeah. No, I heard the name and I heard how famous he was. I didn't read any book, no.
Okay. So this is mango chutney.
Mango chutney?
Yeah. When Ernest Hemingway lived in Cuba, they would get mangoes and eat mangoes with their meals. And then in the wintertime, they would make mango chutney so that they could have mangoes when they were not in season.
Right.
And so this mango chutney was made by his 4th wife.
4th wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How many wives do you have, Dad?
1.
Just 1?
That's good enough.
That's it?
Why did you need 4 wives?
Well, I don't know. I guess you couldn't make his mind up.
I don't know what his idea was.
You had an arranged marriage, right?
Yes.
So you only met Mom on the wedding day, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it worked out?
Yeah. Worked for 54 years so far.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay. So maybe you know something that Ernest Hemingway doesn't know.
No, I think life is not easy, Paul.
But we're talking about marriage, Dad.
I know.
So why are you saying that life is not easy when we're talking about marriage?
No, marriage. Okay, no. Marriage is also full of compromises and respect, I think. So you got this mango chutney.
Mango chutney is here. Would you like to try it? Okay, it's very sweet. I'm just going to tell you, it's very sweet.
It tastes good, but if I were you, I would put a little more mangoes into it.
More mangoes. Okay.
No, if you say it's mango chutney.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a taste of mango.
Yeah.
But you could put a little more proportion of mango to really come out as mango.
How much more mango? I put 2 mangoes in this.
Oh.
So how much more do you think I should put? 3 mangoes?
Yeah, 2.5, 3, I guess, depending on the size of mangoes.
Yeah.
3 could do it, or 2.5, something like that.
Okay, so any recommendations for how we should use this mango chutney?
My recommendation would be to use them with snacks or with meals, any kind of meals. It could be Indian meal, it could be hamburgers, hot dogs, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it's good.
Okay.
Good.
Anything else?
No, it's great, other than lead little more mango proportion.
A bit more mango.
Yeah.
All right, Dad. Thank you very much.
Good.
Okay. This has been Schmindian, and we just demystified Ernest Hemingway's mango chutney. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, then click over there. Or over there. Like it, sub it, ring the bell, go take a walk. All right, Dad, we're done.